Hey there guys, so news has broken that Dillian Whyte has been suspended as interim world heavyweight champion by the WBC and his mandatory status has been suspended also. He is no longer mandatory to Deontay Wilder, but Dillian Whyte will have the opportunity to put forward a case about his failed drugs test to the WBC so that maybe he can reinstate his status as interim WBC champion and mandatory to Deontay Wilder. Now the WBC are being as fair as they possibly can on this subject because they do not take drugs cheats lightly. They had this to say in a statement towards Dillian Whyte. In light of the adverse finding and pending the outcome of the WBC's own investigation and adjudicatory process, the WBC is provisionally suspending the WBC's recognition of Dillian Whyte as WBC interim world heavyweight champion and mandatory challenger of the division. The WBC has notified Mr. Dillian Whyte and his team of the WBC's suspension, and that it will afford Mr. Whyte the opportunity to present its position to the WBC at an investigative hearing, which will be taking place at a time and place to be announced in the near future. Throughout its investigation and hearing, the WBC will afford Mr. Whyte and his team the opportunity to present any available information and materials, and any evidence they might deem appropriate. So the WBC are giving Dillian Whyte every opportunity to come forward with any evidence that he might have to prove his innocence in this situation. One thing that I do find interesting is that the WBC use VADA testing. If you want to be in the WBC's rankings, then you have to enroll in VADA testing. And Dillian Whyte was. He passed all of his VADA tests, yet he failed a UCAD test. So how was he able to pass VADA testing yet fail a UCAD test when I'd say probably VADA testing is more stringent and more precise, so that can point to many things, whether VADA testing is not as good as UCAD testing, which I think is unlikely. Possibly there is a mistake here, because I just don't see how he can pass all of his VADA tests, yet fail a UCAD test. It just doesn't add up, it doesn't make sense. Or perhaps Dillian Whyte has taken something in a supplement that he did not know was there, because that is what happened to him last time. But this time it's more serious, he could be facing an 8-year ban, because it is his second offence. At this stage, I would not brand Dillian Whyte a drugs cheat. We need more information at this stage. We cannot say that Dillian Whyte definitely took supplements and things he shouldn't have, and we cannot say he is innocent. He is innocent until proven guilty, I guess, but at the moment, we don't know enough to say whether Dillian Whyte is guilty or not. Now, at this stage, I would imagine they are still having an ongoing investigation, but they will soon make their decision, and then the information will be released to the wider public. But until that stage, we cannot condone Dillian Whyte as a drugs cheat, nor can we say he is innocent. It's a shame because as soon as Dillian Whyte became mandatory, he has this problem. He has been waiting so long for that opportunity. And don't get me wrong, if he is found guilty, then he should be suspended. He shouldn't get his opportunity. But if he is innocent and he has this hanging over his head, it's a great shame because no matter what happens, this will never go away. Even if he is proven innocent, people will never forget, which is a great shame. And again, I don't really know how Dillian Whyte managed to pass all of his VADA tests, yet fail a UCAD test. I believe there is a lot more to this case and more we need to find out before we can start judging whether Dillian Whyte is a drugs cheat or whether he is not. But guys, what are your thoughts on the WBC situation and the fact that they have suspended Dillian Whyte as interim champion and mandatory? Because I guess they can't really do much else after he has failed a drugs test. They need to find out what has actually happened. They have given Dillian Whyte his opportunity to present his evidence and a case, which is the best they can do, I think, to be honest. I think it's good that they are giving Dillian Whyte every opportunity to come forward with evidence and prove his innocence. So guys, drop your thoughts in the comments below, click your thumbs up, and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.